Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic. I welcome you all to the IELTS preparation course. But first, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then please subscribe it, like it, and share it with your friends. Today our topic is really important and it is the most difficult topic of IELTS listening, and that is IELTS listening multiple choice questions. So our today lecture outlines are the following. We will first go through some of the IELTS listening multiple choice question details. Then I will share with you my personal tips and strategies which I have followed in my IELTS listening, and I have grabbed 8 band in listening. This is too much difficult for a newbie and even for intermediate level of guys, but following these strategies, if you follow it, I'm guaranteeing you that you will easily get a band 8 in listening. So first, a little bit overview about multiple choice questions. In this type of questions, candidate are given a question and then a multiple choices, and you have to select the one choice of answers relating to the question. There might be some cases in which you have to select two choices or two answers. So for this, it's really important to read the instruction in the question. In the question, there would be written that either you have to select two choices of answers or one choice of answers. So remember that while attempting a question in multiple choice, you have to first read the question and instruction really carefully. These types of questions are lengthy, that's why they are difficult, because the question is also lengthy and the answers are and the sentences of the answers are also lengthy, so a candidate having a trouble and difficulty in reading all of the text in a short time. So how to avoid this problem, how to overcome the issue of having a short time and a lengthy question and lengthy answers, I will give you my personal strategies and tips. So if you follow it, I'm guaranteeing you that you will have no wrong answers in multiple choice questions. And in most of the cases, people are stuck at multiple choice questions. The wrong answers are in multiple choice questions. And there are around about 5 to 6 questions from the multiple choice. So it is 5 or 6 numbers ultimately. So if you get all of these correct, then there are huge chances that you will get 8 band in listening easily, which is the utmost requirement of IELTS CLB 9. Initially, but when I was attempting such type of questions, so it was difficult for me to get all of them correct because it was too much arduous or difficult for me to listen and to read at the same time. And eventually I get some of the questions answers wrong in 5 or 6, and many times hardly I get two right and 3 or 4 wrong. So then I follow a strategy. So my first strategy or tip you can say is the following. The first strategy is that you have to go through your questions of multiple choice 2 or 3 times in between recording. What does it mean? If the recording is going on, you have to plan such strategy that you can go through your 5 or 6 multiple choice question multiple times in between all of the listening recording. Now the next question arises that how we will do this. So let's jump to the second tip so you will understand. For example, these questions are generally in section 2 or maybe in section 3. So when the recording starts, you can skip looking section 1 because section 1 is so simple. You do not need to read what is in the section 1, and you can utilize those 30 seconds for multiple choice question, either it is in section 2 or section 3. Without looking to section 1, directly jump to section 2 or section 3 where there is multiple choice question. This is the tip number 2, that you have to skip looking to section 1 and jump to section 2 or 3 where there is multiple choice question and start reading them. The recording in section 1 is going on, or for example, if before section 1 you are told that you have 30 seconds to read question in the section 1, so in that time directly jump to multiple choice question and underline important keywords both in question and choices, answer choices as well. So this is the tip number 3. underline the important keywords in the question, and underline important keywords in the answers of the multiple choices as well. Tip number 4. When in the section 1 the recording got finished and you are asked that you have 30 seconds for other questions, so in that time what you have to do, there is no, and you are told that you can check your answers of section 1. So in that time there is no need to check the answers of section 1, because ultimately in the last, after 30 minutes, you have transfer your answers to the answer sheet. So in that time you can look for your answers that either they are correct or not, so you can then utilize this time for the multiple choice questions. Now the tip number 5 is, in those 30 seconds, switch to multiple choice questions a second time and try to prepare a few questions from them, or all if possible. You will again for the second time 30 seconds. So do one thing, do prepare questions, like try to read it again and again, and from those 5 or 6 questions try to prepare strongly 2 or 3 among them, or at least 3 questions, and if possible try to prepare all of them. But my suggestion would be to prepare first 3 questions from multiple choice question in those 30 seconds and try to memorize it or try to read it again and again, so it will be stick in your mind and you will remind it when you see it again. And then tip number 6 is that up to that time you will be familiarized up to some extent with the multiple choice questions, and it will develop an idea in your mind about the questions and their corresponding answers. When you see those questions, those multiple choice questions for the second time, you will have an idea in your mind about those 3 questions. Tip number 7. When the recording comes to the section where there are multiple choice of questions, you have one more chance of looking at them. So ultimately, when the recording comes to the multiple choice questions, so there you will again a time to see it again, because the recording will told you to that you have 30 seconds to read the questions. So at that time it would be so easy to attempt those questions, as you will have to read it 3 times in the recording. So ultimately you will become familiar with those questions, and you, because you have already read it, so you will come know that what's going on in the multiple choice questions. Tip number 8. While listening to the recording, tries to look at the while listening to the recording, try to look at the important keywords in the question and the underlined keywords in the choices. In the first attempt, when you was looking to the question, when you were looking to the multiple choice question, you had underlined the important keyword in the question and in the answer. So try to only look to those keywords and don't read all of the question and all of the answers, so it would be so much easy to attempt it. The tip number 9. The speaker in the recording usually discuss all of the choices or answers, but you have to be careful and not select the answer immediately. The speaker in the recording will say and discuss all of the choices of the answers. You have to not quickly select the answer. For this I am giving you a strategy that what option you have to select at this time. Remember that statements in the speech after keywords such as but, however, though, although are crucial and should be listened carefully. Sentences after but, after however, after although, those are really important sentences, and usually the answers or the correct answer lies here. So try to listen to sentences after those keywords. Tip number 11. The best strategy is to listen until the end for each question and then pick a sensible choice. You have to listen for the complete recording of the multiple choice questions of each question and try to pick the answer at the end when you listen all of the recording, because you may pick a wrong answer when you do it immediately. So guys, this was about multiple choice questions. I hope that you will like my strategies and tips. If you like it, then please subscribe and give me your feedback in the comments, and you can ask me any question. If thanks, take care and bye for now.